Good afternoon, and welcome to More Than Meets the Eye. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today I have for you Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2, the Thunder Zords. And for today we have the grouping of 4 Thunder Zords that combine together to create the armor for the Red Dragon Zord, which is standing here in the center of what is called chariot mode in America. And we have on chariot mode to the left, we've got the unicorn. We have the blue unicorn. On the right, you have the yellow griffin. On the front, you have the black lion. And on the back, you have the vermilion bird. The pink firebird. And in the center, of course, you have the Red Dragon Warrior Zord standing in his cool chariot pose. And this thing has wheels on the bottom of it. It moves. It's a pretty cool little thing. It's even got a handle so you can pick it up and swish it around all over the place. I have to say that it's a unique second mode for your Power Rangers, and it isn't done very often. So this is really cool. As I really like how everything comes together in this little mode, and this it's all set on this cool tray. So let's take everything off, and well, before we take everything off, let's go ahead and measure everything. So we're going to go ahead and stick that there and measure it from across. It's 30 studs across. All right, and then we're going to measure it from lengthwise. Okay, from back to front, it's 32 studs. Well, I'd say 30 studs. It's 30 studs. This thing's a square. It's such a square. Okay. Let's get this thing disassembled, and we'll talk about the figures. And I've discussed all the playability. Oh, this thing does have wheels underneath it, so it can roll around, but doesn't really like to roll around that well. And besides that, you're supposed to fly it around. So let's take apart the blue and yellows. We'll get the red dragon guy taken up, and he needs to stand over here for now. Yeah, just go ahead and chill over here for a few minutes while we work on getting all of this stuff disassembled. So go ahead and put the sword over here with him, and we'll pop up the Firebird. Set that over there, and we'll go ahead and grab the helmet because that keeps falling off the rear of the Black Lion Zord, and then we'll set the tray off to the side. Okay, so the Black Lion Zord keeps the helmet on the butt. Put the helmet back on his butt. There's not much to say about this figure. He is the most disappointing out of all of them. And you would think that the other the feet things. And honestly, I'm just going to keep the helmet off. Between the fact that this thing only has 2 front legs and a head, and the fact that the helmet is supposed to be its butt area, but the helmet really sucks at staying in place. I've never had such difficulty with a helmet before. It's just, its points are really, really terrible. And it just constantly pops off everything. In here, you could, I remember that these Zords all came with little bitty figures for each of the Power Rangers. And you could, there were places on each Zord where you could actually put the Power Ranger. But the Lion Zord has the cockpit where all the Power Rangers would sit, and you were supposed to actually put all 5 of them inside of this thing in here, so you could see all 5 of them standing in there. I thought that was kind of neat, but of course every kid in the world lost those figures, or just about. Even Dragon lost them. Okay, that's Black Tiger Zord. It's got some nice molding on the front. You got a great tiger face. That's it for great molding. It's got some tiger arms on the, lion arms on the front. It's got a mane around the lion head. It's the Black Lion. It's the crappiest Zord you'll ever come across. Wow, it's such a crappy Zord. Next is the unicorn and the griffin. We'll just use those together. The unicorn and griffins are pretty neat, and I forgot to do the size measurement on Black Lion, but I'll go ahead and cover these guys first, and then I'll move into Black Lion and measure that one. My bad. Let's get this guy done. There it is. And that is... Holy crap, you are long. So that's 24... no, 26, 25, 24, 23, 23 studs on the lengthwise, right? Yeah, good grief. So if I count up, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yep. All right. So they're 23, and each of the yellow and the lion and the blue are 8 studs wide. Now let me get the lion out here because I didn't talk about the lion. The lion's kind of a chubby little guy. He is 16 studs long by 16 studs wide. He is a chubby, chubby, chubby dude. All right. Let's get the Lego pad out of here for now and set Black Lion over here. Let's set him off to the side so we don't knock him over. And we'll talk about these two. They roll. They have wheels underneath them. And interestingly enough, the blue in the actual Japanese release was a Pegasus, and this yellow in the actual Japanese release was a deer. Yeah, so we lost out on a Pegasus and a deer, and we gained a griffin and a unicorn. And my God, I think Billy would have done better with the Pegasus. Billy fit Pegasus Rider pretty well. Okay, articulation-wise, the head on the deer griffin moves back and forth, and then the head kind of moves up and down. And the same can be said for the neck and head of the unicorn Pegasus. Okay. Let's move these guys off to the side. And we got one last one. My favorite one next to the red is the Pink Ranger Zord, the Vermilion Bird, or otherwise known as the Firebird. Yeah, look at it. It's got some great articulation for the head. The neck can look down, the head can look up. No side-to-side action. And there's a little flap to the wings. But yeah, that's basically it for that. It's got a very nice long wingspan, though. The wingspan is, I'd give it 33. Yeah, 33, 34 studs long. And the height of it from tail to nose, we stretch it out, is, there we go. And that is, here we go, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 studs long. So he's 24 studs long on that end. And yeah, now all of these guys are made out of some really nice plastics. It's some good quality stuff. It does feel a bit old, but then again, it's old. But it doesn't feel flimsy or fragile. It still has that same weight and girth to it. It hasn't decomposed any, and I really like that. You know, the plastics that they used for this series, really well done. Season 1 plastics were a bit scary, but Season 2 plastics, they've managed to fix those problems. All right, we're done talking about those things. Now let's talk about the Mega Zord. And remember, tune into Blind Builds, where I'll actually be discussing in detail how to do what I'm about to do. But we're going to remove that, set that off over here to the side. We're going to come over here to you guys. Now, don't get motion sickness. Here we go. Here we go. We're going up, going up, going up, and back. All right, there we go. So now what we're going to do is we are going to bring out the blue and the yellow first. Now the way I have the camera set up, it sometimes likes to cut off things that are lower. So we're going to just do it right. Blind Builds is tomorrow. Explanations are for tomorrow, so that we don't have to cut, we don't have to have a lot of time talking about things that maybe not everybody wants to know about. So we can just cut this down. Okay, there's that. And make sure that we've got them on the right sides. Cool. And then we're going to go about getting this guy. Come here, you. Come on. Come on. It's time for you to put your boots on. You gotta put your boots on. There we go. Set that off. Close those fists. Okay. Spin that. Now, I absolutely loved the Thunder Zords when they first came out. I thought they were the coolest Zords ever. They were just so unique and interesting. And as Zords go, the next group is pretty interesting as well. But this one just had it. Like it was good. This was the last we got to see with everybody. This was Trini and Zach's and not Jason's, but Trini and Zach's for sure. Their last Zords, because they moved to Adam and what's her name after this. There we go. And that was kind of a shame. So, like I said, I love the plastic on this thing. And I just love how these things come together. Like you got this Firebird comes swooping in, and make sure we put it on the right spots. There it is. All right, so Firebird comes swooping in and connects to the back of the Dragon Warrior Zord. No, not there. There. Come on, there it goes. And oh no. You lost your cock piece again. Here, get your cod piece back on. Good grief, man. And there's that. There it goes. Perfect. Cool. This guy can be a little bit difficult to put together because some of these connection points are just so ridiculously stiff. All right, now we're just going to fold these bits in the front. And what fell off? Your cod piece fell off again. Good grief, man. You need a... There it goes. Is that in there? It's kind of in there. Come on. Get in there. Get in there. There you are. Cool. Now lower that head down, hold it in place better. We're going to fold the wings into the front. Come on, fold. There it goes. There we are. Wings folded, legs in their places. And now we can work on the other stuff. So next up is Black Lion. Where did you go, Black Lion? Here's the Black Lion. We got the Black Lion. Now the Black Lion would come flying in. It would split off into multiple pieces. The Black Lion always flew. It never walked. This lion was not made for walking. It was made for flying, and that's just what it does. It flies. All right. I do enjoy how this guy works. It's like you have this little figure, and then you just put on this crazy epic armor. I think it's fun. He's a fun guy. He is definitely a fun guy to put together. Wish I could say that he was a fun action figure, but definitely fun to put together. Oh, I screwed that up. Okay. Gotta put his hand in a glove. There we go. There we are. And I'm gonna try putting the head on first this time. Would it even work if it comes on first? Damn it. Good grief. Some of these pieces are really hard to get together. Where did I put the rest of the lion? Oh, here it is. Alright, let's just get the rest of the line in place and maybe the helmet will come on. I have had so many problems with this helmet. That is my biggest negative on this set, is the helmet. The helmet is just not fun. It is a pain. Such a pain. And those things are done right. Okay, make sure that that's done correctly. Because when this middle piece, this body piece goes on, it generally locks everything into place. So you got to make sure you have everything together and in the right order. Because when this guy goes in, he goes in. And he does not take any no for answer. Go! Alright, okay, so pick that edge up too. Alright, cool. And then... Alright, there it is. He is in. And... finally, we have... oh, kind of. He's in. Come on, man. Alright. Now you put the helmet on, and the helmet will kind of stay in place and sometimes just randomly pop off. His sword can be stored here on his side. You can... well, not on this side. You can stash it over here on his side over here. And you can just sort of clip it onto Firebird's wing. And come on. There it is. Okay, there it goes. And then this staff from the red Dragon Zord gets combined with the Oh man, everything's getting messed up over here. Okay. This guy has just completely decided to rebel. I bet you all, we're just not going to worry about it. It's basically together, and I'm going to explain how to do it the correct way tomorrow. But we could put the staff in his other hand. Now, talk about this guy on his molding. It's very well done. Like I said, the plastic on this dude is excellent. It gives him a nice heavy weight, but it's still kind of glossy feeling, even after all these years. It's a good plastic. I really think they went above and beyond with their plastic quality for this character. And I do appreciate that. And I am very... I'm pretty amazed. I never had this growing up, and it was one of the things that I wanted. And honestly, playing with it, I would have had a blast with it as a kid. Though, as an adult, I'm going, it has no articulation. The head doesn't move. The arms can move up and down, but then they screw up this his front area, and yeah, it's cool for standing on a shelf or for being a kid and using a lot of imagination. But to finish this video out, we'll talk about this guy's size, because he is larger than you would expect. Now let's go ahead and set that right now. Come on. Okay, there we go. Right there. So that's going to be the point, and we're going to go ahead and stick that there. Make that the next point, and then there. Okay, this is rough. This is rough, but it comes out to be 40 studs tall on the rough end, on the really rough end. I would give it 38 to 40. But yeah, guys, tune in tomorrow where I will be talking to you about the how to build this guy. And before I let you go, because I just remembered one last thing, his sword we didn't talk about. He comes with this really amazing sword. It's super long, and it's floppy. It's a floppy sword because it's made out of soft rubber, but it's a cool sword. We can put it in his hand right there. He's got a nice sword. Though I do wish he had the articulation to wield a sword appropriately instead of just holding it off to the side. That would have been cool. And that's really what this guy's missing. He's a lot of fun to put together. He's a fun Power Ranger overall. It's just, I really wish there was articulation, and that's what he's missing. He's missing some good articulation. Pardon me. Some good articulation. But I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Please tune in next Prime. I'll teach you how to build him, and then take a couple of day break, and then get right back into talking about something new. All right? Have a good weekend.